Hi angels, welcome to Becoming Her with Chloe and Nicole, where we overshare a little, learn a lot, and figure life out as we go.
We believe growth isn't perfect, healing isn't linear, and becoming that girl is a journey. Let's talk about it.
Quick disclaimer.
We're not therapists, coaches, and definitely not doctors.
We're just two girls with microphones. If you need actual help, please seek qualified professionals.
Not this pod recorded in our trackies.
Enjoy our pod! Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast, Becoming Her. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Nicole.
Hi guys, I'm Nicole. Sorry, I won't do it anymore. It's out there now. It's done. So yeah, our podcast today, it is season 1, episode 2.
Hot girl healing isn't
Girl
pretty.
Healing.
It's a good one.
Yeah, this is a real good one, and I'm really excited about this one. So yeah, let's dive straight in.
100%.
So yeah, it's not about Pilates on a Tuesday morning, walking matcha, your gym gear, and feeling like your whole life is figured out. Because I think Instagram is made to feel like healing is like that.
And the whole soft girl era.
But it is also crying at 2 a.m, eating takeaways, overgoing conversations through your head constantly, and yeah, knowing that that's not it. You can obviously heal in so many different ways.
So true. Yeah, I think there's so much pressure now. We see it everywhere, you know, this whole hot girl healing, soft girl era.
Yeah, hot girl healing isn't pretty.
No,
It really
it's when
isn't.
you're literally crying so hard that you're like
Questioning everything.
everything. And like, who am I? What have I done? Like, yeah, 100%. So how for you would you relate to hot girl?
For me personally, healing has been really messy, really lonely as well, and knowing that walking away, even when it has felt anxious and
the unknown.
that I am still healing and I'm on the right path.
So for you, because you, to be honest, I think that you relate to this so much better than me.
I'm always doing inner work.
What's
daily.
one situation or like story where you were like, I actually healed from that rather than ignored it?
So I would say I date connections. If I like someone, it's through the connections and how I'm feeling. And actually last year, my last relationship was with a girl. And it was the most beautiful, powering, energetic situation I've ever been in. And
can I just say, I was so proud of you.
Yeah.
Because you were...
A lot of people don't know this, so they're going to be quite surprised.
No.
But I dealt with it in my own time and with my own feelings. But walking away from that was the hardest thing I've ever done because of how intense it was. That was the hardest thing. It was knowing to walk away, even though how amazing and how beautiful I thought it was, and how I dealt with it. I know when to say no. I knew when to leave rooms that I weren't welcomed in. I knew to learn to sit on my own and deal with things on my own. I've learned to, walk away with my head held high and actually not have things sitting on my chest. And
previous Chloe, like old you.
Oh God, yeah, I would have just said yes
stayed.
and stayed, and not communicated how I felt. I didn't have a voice, and I feel like this is the new me. I do have a voice, and I do say what's right and wrong, and I do. I'm completely changed, and I'm still healing now. Like that was just a little bleep, and I'm still doing my journey.
I don't even think it was a blip. I think it was part of becoming her. Like, these things are sent to test us.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I take my hat off to you for even talking about it because it was a big
been like
deal.
The hardest thing. Like, even though people think, oh, like you was living in Ibiza, you was probably having the time of my life, and yeah, of course I was. I was living in my favorite island ever, and I was. But behind closed doors, I was crying in bed. I don't want to leave the house. I was checking social media. I was questioning myself, questioning how kind I am, question everything, and people don't show the dark sides of healing. You are alone most of the time, even if you're surrounded by so many beautiful friends and family. You are really doing the inner work, and you don't talk about it. And I feel like people need to talk about it. Like, healing isn't glamorous. It really isn't.
No, it's literally, and this is disgusting, but like having snot running down your face
Yeah.
because you're so sad.
So sad. Like,
And you're
the amount of
letting it all
times
out.
I've literally voice noted Nicole, like, Nicole, I'm crying, I'm so upset. She's like, okay, what's up? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I hate my life. And, you know, that's so real. Like, it is so real. Like, I've literally been crying in her bedroom this morning. You know me, we spoke about it last time, I'm very emotional.
You don't hide those emotions.
She was like, do you want a hug? I'm like, yeah.
Because there's me not knowing what to do with this.
She had her knickers in her hand and she was like, do you want a hug?
Clean knickers. I was going to put them on. Like, yeah, I was like, do you want a hug? Yeah. But I do think, do you know what? I've got something perfect for this. Becoming her isn't a glow up, it's a shedding.
Yeah, 100%.
And the year of the snake and everything. I think so much shedding has been done lately.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I'm actually really excited to go into this new year and, see
Year of the horse.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, you're always going to go back and think, oh my God, I've already healed. Like, why am I doing this again? But you're constantly healing. You're constantly going to be up and down like a roller coaster. You're going to be good, you're going to be bad. And it is a constant wave, and it's just how you get through that wave.
I agree. I think the scariest thing for me about healing was, and it was not pretty, was when I left my abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And obviously, I left that having no idea where my life was going to go. And it wasn't pretty. I was covered in baby sick 24/7. I was crying constantly. You know, I actually think as well, looking at Instagram, made it worse because, you know, on the weekends, for example, before I had kids, before I had a family, I used to look and I'd be like, everyone has their life together, they're doing family stuff.
I feel like Instagram makes me probably who I am today, because how, like, I question everything. I'm always like, oh, like, even with you, I'm like, oh, you've got a perfect partner now, you've got a beautiful house and beautiful kids, but like you say, you're still feeling things, and you look at me like, oh, you've got a business, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't have the other things.
Like, you have sisters, you have a loving mum, like, I just can't relate to that, and I'm jealous of that almost.
So I just feel like Instagram, like, you can't, in my bio it is, Instagram isn't real, and you need to remember that. Like, you can't think, oh my God, they're so perfect. People don't show their bad days, and I feel like people should. I know people shouldn't say, oh, you just don't cry in front of the camera, but no, if you want to, it's awareness, self-awareness. So be real, just be real.
I agree with you. Becoming her is being real, accepting the darkness. What is there? You have your shadow and you have your light. Yeah. And I think that people try and hide their shadow, but then they don't look real. Yeah. Because they're just showing the light. They're just showing the good stuff. Like, we just had an event, and how scared was I of talking? Oh, yeah.
And it was amazing. Her speech was so lovely.
Was it?
Yeah, it was so lovely.
It was so scary, though, and I just thought, no, like, this is part of my healing, where... yes, I'm full of anxiety. Yes, I'm absolutely petrified.
But you're not giving up. You're doing it. You're getting up there and you're standing there and you're doing it and you're smashing it.
And it is, but people haven't seen the bit before you get to that, where it's like...
And the bit after, how did you feel after?
Oh, so anxious.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you do something good, all the worrying you've done to get to the good. I bet people get this after getting married, you know? Yeah. Where they're like trying to get hot. Then they have the wedding and then they're like, now what? Yeah. I bet people do that. Yeah. And actually, I also get really bad anxiety because I always think resting I should feel guilty for. And actually, how can you heal if you're not resting? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's key. You have to have your slow days. Yeah. So after the event, I'm all like hyped up thinking like, what next? And actually, it's okay to just stop. Slow down. And heal and enjoy what you did. Yeah, definitely. And not feel shame for stopping. I think that's really key. That's something for me. Yes, definitely. I think sometimes with this healing, you do actions before you're ready. Oh yeah, definitely. And I think, but the glow up that my life had after leaving that and being brave enough to go, this isn't for me. I'm changing my trajectory, is it? I think it is trajectory. You're like, I don't know. But yeah, by changing that, I changed the whole way my life went. And I think it actually is a real struggle to meet someone.
Oh yeah,
but I was lucky to meet someone. But I guess you are at that point where you're...
Yeah, I've realised that now I've upped my standards. I know what I want, but now I just feel like dating is harder because I've upped my standards as well. So I feel like I'm not here for casual connections. I'm here for deep connections, and some people might be like, oh, like you're never gonna get that, like just settle. But I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want to settle. I'd rather be alone.
But then that's the loneliness.
Yeah, that's the loneliness, and knowing your worth, and knowing that you're not just going to settle what a lot of people do, and that's okay if that's what they want to do. But I don't want to settle just because everyone else is settling.
And do you know what's actually shit in this day and age? You can't get a mortgage on your own.
Yeah.
You can't move to another country on your own. You can't financially fund it. Even mortgages, when there's two people on it, you can earn the same as one person.
Yeah.
But you can't get the house on your own because you haven't got that other person.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the world doesn't want you to be on your own and be strong enough and not accept.
Of course.
And I know people and friends and very close friends who stayed in relationships because they can't pay their bills.
Yeah.
And it's like...
It's so sad.
Yeah.
But I guess it is reality.
Reality. And actually, I think sometimes hot girl healing and becoming her doesn't align with your reality and bills. Like, I desperately wanted to be on my own. I desperately wanted to move on, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I guess you feel
until your time was ready, though, and you knew that time was coming, and when it came, you was able to leave.
Yeah.
And now look at your life now. Like, you would never thought your life was going to be like that. Yeah.
There's a lot of luck involved in life.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually a bit demotivating sometimes when you do all the healing.
Yeah.
I did my shadow work. I did my reading. I did my podcasts. And then I was like, where is he? Yeah.
You just feel like, because you've done all of that, like you think that's just going to work out. But it is a lot of healing and a lot of self-development.
And then tumbleweeds.
Oh, of course.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Where is he? Yeah. Or she or whoever. Yeah. Where are they? Yeah. And I bet you're kind of there.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's just very like, I am okay on my own, but I would like that some person to grow with when I see everyone with their partner. But like I say, I'm not settling, and I'm not. I know when to say no, and I know to look out for red flags, and I know I have my voice now. So yeah,
I think that's so important that you don't lose yourself and then backtrack almost on the
What's been your key thing for healing? What has helped you with healing throughout your life so far? What has helped you?
I think one big thing that I grew up with was a lot of shame. So shame for being who I wanted to be, which we obviously touched on last week. We won't go over it again, but I think for me a lot of the healing was undoing the shame and demanding more. Not even asking, demanding, saying I will not allow that. I will not. I think the biggest thing for me as well was having children. I used to look at my children and think, would I want you to accept what I'm accepting right now?
Yeah, so true.
Because I didn't have daughters when I was in a bad place, but I did have sons, and I thought, would I want you to make a woman feel like I'm feeling? Would I want you to date someone and make them feel like I feel? Is this an example of how I think you should be? No. Yeah. And then I thought, if I end up having a daughter in this scenario, I wouldn't want her to take a look at me and go, that's who I'm going to be. Yeah. No way. And I feel like, for me, the biggest click in my head, like the point was like, I'm not doing this. Yeah. I'm not showing my kids this is how a woman is. This is how a strong. Because I would honestly say I was a strong woman. Yeah. But I wasn't showing that. Yeah. And I was hiding this version of myself. And I think that for me, I wish it hadn't got to having kids to change. I wish I'd known enough like you and done the self-help and done the work before kids. But I did it very quickly after kids. And I think that for me was the biggest.
But that just shows you that you can be in this healing journey any stage of your life, before kids, after kids, during pregnancy, or whatever. You can do it.
Yeah.
100%.
And actually, I remember being pregnant with my second, so Romeo, and I remember thinking, I'm ready for like more, but I was stuck being pregnant. I say stuck because you can't really date. Well, I guess you can, but I didn't want to date when you're pregnant. I didn't want to meet new guys and be like, hello. But I was mentally ready. And there's actually a real, when you're becoming her, which is what we kind of say, there's a real divide between I'm ready for more versus what can I actually do to get more right now.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't match.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, definitely.
Like, you're ready to maybe live in Ibiza, to buy a house, to, you know, and I was ready to, like, just become a better person, to have a job, to build a business. And I couldn't. I just wasn't ready. And I think there's a lot of patience in healing.
Yeah.
And it teaches you patience.
Yeah, definitely.
But that for me, I'll say was...
Yeah, I feel like healing as well, going to therapy, speaking about your emotions, and just sitting with yourself and knowing what your worth is and what you want, not what everybody else wants, what you want specifically. And all the inner self-help books, they have really helped. Journaling, I journal every day, and that has really helped me. Manifestation.
Oh, I love manifestation.
Reading, bathing, just really slowing down.
Don't you find as well, though? Oh, sorry.
No,
what were you going to say?
I don't know
Don't you find as well you lose people?
Oh God, yeah. I've lost so many people. People that I thought they were going to be in my life for a long time, and you outgrow people. That's a massive thing. I've gone through so many friendships because I've just outgrown them. Yeah. And I just didn't want to just stay there just because, where I know that I was on a different path to them and our lives don't align anymore, and that's okay.
Yeah. I don't think me and you would have got on if one of us wasn't at this level.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. I wish I knew like the young version of you though. Like I
was wild. I was wild.
Yeah, but I'm wild. I can be wild still. But yeah, I just wish that I knew you when you were younger.
We'd have had some fun.
Yeah, 100%.
We'd have ended up on planes drunk to Ibiza or something. Off we go. We are Dobby, free elves. But yeah, I did lose a lot. I think people couldn't understand where I was going. And actually, I think another thing about healing is you lose the need to explain yourself. Yeah. You almost start saying, if you don't get me, that's fine. Yeah,
that's another big thing. Like, I over-explain what I used to, and I used to be like, oh, sorry, I can't come today, and tell them why I'm not coming, and, like, open up, and I'm like, I don't actually need to do that. Like, I'm not coming, and that's that. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine, and if you're upset that I'm not coming, that's fine, but I don't want to come, and I've learned so well doing that. Like, I'm not coming, and that's that. Like, even with my friends, sometimes I'm like, oh hi, like, just let you know, I feel a bit poorly, and I'm like, no, stop over-explaining myself. Like, I'm not coming, and that's that. Like, you don't persuade me, and like, I love that about me now. Like, I'm very like, I don't need to over-explain any situation. If I'm sick, I'm sick. If I'm not coming, I'm not coming. Or if I don't want to be there, like, I'm very good at doing that.
Do you know what? You going over and over, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Can you imagine if Alex I'd be like, oh, it's like my worst nightmare. What are they talking about? I was like, you lost me at the third, I'm not coming.
I didn't even think I was doing it. Like, that's so funny.
Oh, crying. Anyway, let's scoot past that. But anyway, you're not coming.
Yeah, I'm not coming.
But then, do you know what the funny thing is? The people who I lost, I say lost, I think everything's linear, people come and go, but some of the people who I lost because they were like not understanding my healing journey are now seeing what the end result, well, not the end result, but seeing mine now and going, maybe she was onto something. Yeah. And they're like leaving relationships that
That's what I mean. Like, everyone's on their own path and you can't compare.
No.
Like, you just need to let people do them. The amount of times people say, oh, you're going back to Ibiza, you haven't got a partner, you're not settling down, you're not having children. And I'm like, no, just stop asking me, because the amount of times I see people who are my age who had all of that and now they're going through the breakup. Like, just let you do you and let me do me. And if you haven't read the book Let Them by Mel Robbins, is it Robbins?
I can never remember.
Robinson.
If it's
Mel
Robbins or Robinson,
but honestly,
I think we even said that last week.
Yeah, the book is unreal. It's just so good. It's
another one is don't believe everything you think.
Yeah.
So like when you're overthinking and anxious, and it's not necessarily real.
Yeah.
It's your brain.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Actually, when you grow up in chaos or in survival mode, relaxing feels wrong.
Oh God,
and joy and happiness feels wrong, and that's a real part of healing that I didn't expect. You know, like the goal is to be happy. The goal is to be happy, peace. When you get some happiness and peace, you're like,
question it. Like, I've been through a situation before where it didn't work out, but they were just so perfect and everything was just natural and calm. And I was thinking, like, is this normal? Like, I've been through so much, like, a chaotic relationship. So when it was calm, I'm like, no, this is not normal. These are red flags. And what is going on? When really that is so normal. And because I've been through that trauma bond, that's what I was kind of craving in the next relationship, because it was so intense. It was like a high with this going into something new. And you're like, wow, like, it's so perfect. Like, but is it too perfect? And you start questioning it. And you're like, no, just chill. Like, just go with it. Yeah, and just stop listening to your head and just, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and if it does, it does, and you just stay in your own lane. And you really have to, like, teach your mind,
retrain.
Yeah, constantly.
My therapist says you have to retrain your brain to be like, this is okay. Yeah, I get that 100%, and I think we're almost, like you say, you want that toxic trauma bond again. Yeah, you actually get addicted to that. I think your brain releases
it's like something. A high. It's what you're used to and what your body, it's the anxiety, and it's like you're thinking, why haven't I got that? But that's obviously the toxic trait in that.
I think as well, a lot of people stop their healing there because they're like, it's not working.
Yeah.
Because I'm anxious, it's not working. But actually, if you push through the anxiety, then you do actually get better.
Yeah, you're constantly going to get better, even if you have bad days. If you keep doing inner work and inner self-development, you're constantly just going to better yourself.
And crying.
And crying and talking and helping other people. Like, I just feel like people don't talk about their emotions and their healing. But if you actually talk about your healing and what helps you, like what helps you and what helps me, it could be different, and we're just helping each other, helping everyone out.
It is opposite sometimes, but it doesn't mean that you can't help each other. I'm honestly so proud. Like, when I look at some of my friends, I've got a friend now who, she actually has just gone through an operation that she was putting off for 9 years, and she's like, I'm done being this old version of myself. And like, you see people and you watching them healing in like a different way to you, or you're watching them starting the journey, and you just, do you ever feel like that? So proud.
Oh, so proud. One of my best friends, like, she was with a abuser for so many years, and now I look at her, and you wouldn't thought she was in such a toxic relationship, but I look at her now and I'm like, wow, I'm so proud of you. Like, the person here and the person there now, and how you've got to there is just incredible, because her mind and how she thinks and how she is now, and I'm just like, wow, like, so beautiful. Like, that inner work that you've done that's got you from down here to up here is just amazing, and that's just a sign not to give up.
Yeah, and I haven't seen my friend, you haven't seen, I'm guessing, your best friend reading. We haven't seen them crying, like sobbing. We haven't seen them going through the dark bits.
The aloneness.
It just shows that you have to do that alone. Yeah. No one's coming to save you. You have to face it. And
I still say that to myself daily, that this is your life and no one is coming to save you. Obviously you're going to have people that support you. Yeah. Everyone has their own lives, and that's fine, but you're the only person that can save you. So of course go to your friends and family when you need them, but just realise that the inner self-help when you're on your own is the thing that is going to help you the most.
I love that, because it's so true. I honestly, I wish I could have told myself during those crying phases, or like I don't want to get out of bed, or this.
And that's okay though, like to have them days, like to sit in your feelings and your healing. Just sit there and cry if you want to cry. Put a sad film on to make you cry if you can't cry.
Do you know what film I always put on? The Notebook.
Yeah, oh, I love that book.
That film. It's always been you, and I'm like, oh.
I went to my friend's house yesterday and I was just upset again. And and I was like, we was in bed and I was like, can we put a sad film on? And we put a series on. It was just like so lovely, so beautiful. So yeah, do that. Sit with yourself. Yeah.
Face that dark side.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you want my quote of the day?
Yes. 2 hours later.
That's my quote. You will remain the same until the pain of remaining the same is greater than change.
Oh, I love that. So true. So true.
You have to feel that pain.
Yeah.
And then you change. So yeah.
We love a quote.
We love a quote.
We're gonna do a quote every end of the podcast.
We are. Thank you for listeing to us.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week for episode 3.
Episode 3. What's next? We don't even know. See you then.
See you later. Have a good week.